Last class, I have discussed about adolescence and withdrawal syndrome, drug addict, drug abuse. All these concepts are discussed in the previous classes. The last concept in this chapter is effect of tobacco smoking, effect of drug and alcohol on health, effect of smoking on health, and adverse effects of drug and alcohol on our health, and how to control the drug addict, prevention and control of drug addict. All these things are discussed now. The first one, effect of tobacco smoking, effects of tobacco smoking, effects of tobacco smoking. See, first point, tobacco has been used by human beings approximately about 400 years. Approximately means tobacco is used approximately about 400 years from human beings, and tobacco is chewed. Tobacco is chewed or smoked or snuff. Tobacco is chewed. Some people can chew the tobacco. Some are smoking bidi and cigarette like that, and some people it is taken in the form of snuff. Next, tobacco contains approximately 7,000 chemicals. 7,000. So imagine, tobacco contains nearly 7,000 chemicals. So among these, very important, nicotine. Nicotine, it is an alkaloid. Nicotine is an alkaloid present in the tobacco. 7,000 chemicals are present in the tobacco. Nicotine is most important chemical. It is an alkaloid present in the tobacco. Next, other chemicals present in the tobacco of ammonia, hydrogen cyanide, other chemicals, hydrogen cyanide, next, so ammonia, formaldehyde, acetaldehyde, then aromatic amines, beryllium, cadmium, chromium, 1,3-butadiene, so etc. These are the other chemicals present in the tobacco. Tobacco contain so nearly 7,000 chemicals. Among these, hydrogen cyanide, ammonia, formaldehyde, acetaldehyde, aromatic amines, beryllium, cadmium, chromium, 1,3-butadiene. These are the important chemical compounds or important chemicals are present in the tobacco. Next, among 7,000 chemicals, 69 chemicals found in tobacco. So 7,000 chemicals are present in the tobacco. Among these, 69 chemicals are carcinogenic. Carcinogenic. 69 are chemicals are so carcinogenic. Clear? So this is. So what are the effects? These are the important chemicals present in the tobacco. And 69 chemicals are very potent to cause cancer. They are present in the tobacco. Next, nicotine. Nicotine first. Nicotine. Nicotine is an alkali present in the tobacco. It stimulates, nicotine stimulates adrenal glands. Adrenal glands. Nicotine stimulates adrenal glands. So, nicotine stimulates the adrenal glands. Adrenal glands release hormones, adrenaline and noradrenaline. Releases adrenaline and noradrenaline. These two hormones increases blood pressure, and heart rate. Increases blood pressure and heart rate. See, the nicotine is consumed. The nicotine is directly effects on adrenal glands. Then adrenal glands releases adrenaline and noradrenaline, and these two hormones, adrenaline and noradrenaline, so increases the blood pressure and heart rate. So second one is, so nicotine is very potent carcinogen. Nicotine is a very potent carcinogen. It is very potent carcinogen. It is very potent. It means nicotine causes cancer. Nicotine causes cancer of lungs, lung cancer, urinary bladder, urinary cancer of urinary bladder, cancer of lungs, cancer of urinary bladder and throat, bronchitis, emphysema, coronary heart diseases, coronary heart diseases, coronary heart diseases, coronary heart diseases. So, nicotine causes cancers of lung, urinary bladder, throat, bronchitis, emphysema, coronary heart diseases. Okay. All these cancers are caused by nicotine. Nicotine is carcinogenic tobacco. Next, the tobacco smoking causes the increase in the concentration of carbon dioxide. So, because of tobacco smoking, carbon dioxide concentration goes on increases in the blood. Carbon dioxide concentration goes on increases in the blood. See, carbon dioxide concentration goes on increases in the blood. In the smokers, in the blood, carbon dioxide or carbon particles are increases, but oxygen concentration decreases in the blood. Oxygen concentration is decreases in the blood, and also hemoglobin. So it leads to, suppose oxygen concentration is decreases in the body, it leads to a condition is called hypoxia. It leads to a condition is called hypoxia. Hypo means less, oxia means oxygen. Less oxygen is supplied to the tissue cells. So it leads to deficiency of oxygen in the body. Deficiency of oxygen in the body. This is called hypoxia. This is because of as a smoke. Because of smoking, the carbon dioxide concentration is goes on increases in the blood. As a result, it leads to deficiency or shortage of oxygen in the blood, and also hemoglobin is also decreases. Then it called a hypoxia. Inadequate amount of oxygen is present in the blood. Okay. Next one is, suppose for example pregnant women, pregnant women. In pregnant women, nicotine causes abnormal growth of fetus. Abnormal growth of fetus. In males, it causes infertility. In males, it causes infertility. These are in pregnant women, nicotine causes so abnormal growth of fetus. The fetus is not normal growth. The fetus is not normal growth, but abnormal growth because of nicotine. And in males, it leads to infertility. These are the effects of tobacco smoking. Effects of tobacco smoking. Next one is effects of drug and alcohol abuse. Effects of alcohol and drug abuse. Effects of alcohol and drug abuse. Effects of alcohol and drug abuse. So, very first, the immediate or the sudden adverse effect of alcohol and drug is reckless behavior. See, adverse, immediate or sudden effect of alcohol and drug is reckless behavior. Reckless behavior means foolishly or careless behavior. Foolish behavior or careless behavior is called a reckless behavior. That is, those who are taking drug and alcohol, they show reckless behavior. Reckless behavior means careless or foolish behavior. And second one is vandalism. Vandalism means destruction of the public property. Those who are taking drugs, they destroy the public property. It's called vandalism. And violence. This is the first immediate effect of alcohol and drug abuse. Reckless behavior, vandalism and violence. Second one is The high doses of drug, the consumption or intake of high dose of drug leads to coma and death. Coma and death. Coma and death. See, high doses consumption of high doses of drugs and alcohol finally leads to very worst conditions like coma and death. Because due to failure of respiratory system. Because due to the failure of respiratory failure, then heart failure, respiratory failure and heart failure, and also very important cerebral hemorrhage, cerebral hemorrhage. Heart failure and cerebral hemorrhage. So, what is cerebral hemorrhage? What is a cerebral hemorrhage? Cerebral hemorrhage is an emergency condition. Cerebral hemorrhage is an emergency condition in which the blood vessels are ruptured. In which the blood vessels are ruptured. The blood vessels are ruptured and the blood is mixed in the brain. The blood vessels are ruptured and blood is mixed with the brain. This is called cerebral hemorrhage. So the two important causes of cerebral hemorrhage. The two important causes of cerebral hemorrhage are first one, blood pressure. Second one, trauma. These are the two important causes of cerebral hemorrhage. Yes. So suppose the high doses of drugs are taken, it leads to coma and death. Because due to the respiratory failure, heart failure, cerebral hemorrhage. What is cerebral hemorrhage? Cerebral hemorrhage is an emergency condition to which the blood vessels are ruptured and the blood is mixed with brain. The cerebral hemorrhage is caused because due to blood pressure and trauma. Trauma means physical injury or physical damage. Trauma means physical damage. Next one is unexplained absence of school and college. Unexplained absence of school and college. The addict, alcohol, drug addict, the students are not explained what's the reasons for absence of school and college. And the addicts are very low academic performance. There is no academic performance or lack of interest in personal hygiene. Lack of interest in personal hygiene and hobbies. Lack of interest in their hobbies. Aggressiveness depression. So, unexplained absence of school and college, lack of interest in personality and hobbies, aggressiveness, depression, and decrease in the academic, decrease in the academic and non-academic performance. Non-academic performance. Decrease in the academic and non-academic performance. Academic and non-academic performance. Okay. Next one is the addict shows rebellious behavior. Rebellious behavior. Rebellious behavior. Rebellious behavior. Rebellious behavior means opposes the parents' rule. Opposes the parents' rule and any other authorities. This is called rebellious behavior. It's called rebellious behavior. Clear? Rebellious behavior means opposing or opposes the parents to any authorities. Opposes to any authority rules. This is called rebellious behavior. And finally, the drug addict shows deteriorating behavior. Deteriorating. So that means decline. Deteriorating means decline. Or decreases the relationship. Decline or decreases the relationship of friends and parents. Decreases the relationship of friends and parents. So this is called deteriorating behavior. Deteriorating behavior. Decrease in the relationship of friends and parents. Clear? Next one. Next one is changing in sleeping, and eating habits. Changing in sleeping and eating habits. Changing in sleeping and eating habits, and also fluctuations in weight. Fluctuating weight, and loss of appetite. These are the adverse effects of alcohol and drug abuse. Sleeping and eating habits of change, and also fluctuation. It is varies. Fluctuation is changing, varies in the body weight and loss of appetite. These are also effects of alcohol and drug abuse. So very important is some drugs are taken intravenously. Some drugs are taken intravenously. Some drugs are what? So taken intravenously. intravenously. That is, intravenously means direct injection of drugs. Intravenous means direct injection of drugs by using needles and syringes. Needles and syringes is called intravenous injection. Clear? Direct injection of drugs by using needles and syringes. It leads to drug addicts. It leads to AIDS and hepatitis B infection. Hepatitis B virus infection. So by using needles and syringe by different adolescents in group, it leads to infection of AIDS and hepatitis B because the needles and syringes are repeatedly used with the addicts. That's why it leads to infection of AIDS and hepatitis B. These two diseases are very chronic. These diseases are very chronic and fatal. So AIDS is transmitted through a sexual contact and also infected blood or contaminated blood or contaminated syringes and needles. Right. Hepatitis B is also caused by transmission of contaminated blood. That's why. So these two diseases are very chronic and fatal. These two diseases are caused because of repeated use of needles and syringes in blood addicts. Then, next point, the drug and alcohol directly affects on central nervous system and liver. Central nervous system and liver. Alcohol and drug are directly affects on a central nervous system and liver. Then the drugs and alcohols closing the drug and alcohol are responsible for closing of premature growing centers. Premature growing centers in the long bones. It leads to a stunted growth. Because in the long bones the growing points are closed because of evidence of alcohol and drug. The growing centers present in the long bones are closed. It leads to the stunted growths. Next. In pregnant women, the alcohol and drug consumption causes abnormal growths effects or causes are the abnormal growth of fetus. The fetus is not a normal growth. So abnormal growth of some diseases or occurs in the fetus. Effects of drug-eluting hormone. Next one, in females, the drug and alcohol causes masculinization. In females, the drug and alcohol consumption causes masculinization. Masculinization means futures of males. Futures like male. Next, futures like male or suppose growth of A on the face and body, excessive growth of A, both masculinization means growth of A on face and body, depression, aggressiveness, so changes in the menstrual cycle, changes or irregular menstrual cycles, aggressiveness, depression, growth of A on face and body. These are the effects of drug and alcohol in females. In males, growth of acne, aggressiveness, and reduce. Very important is reduction in the size of testes. Reduction in the size of the testes and reduction in the production of sperm. It is very simple. Sperm production is reduced. Reduction is reduced in the sperm production. These are the adverse effects of drug and alcohol in the addicts. Clear? So first one is effect of tobacco smoking, and second one is effects of drug and alcohol. Effects of drug and alcohol on our health. So next one is control and prevention of drug and harm. How to control or how to avoid the drug and alcohol? Prevention and control of drug abuse. First one is avoiding undue peer, undue peer pressure. Avoiding undue peer pressure. Avoiding the undue peer pressure. Every child has its own choice, and personality. So every child every child has its own choice and personality, which are respected. These personality and choices are respected and nurtured by parents. Respected and nurtured by the parents. And the parents do not push them into. So perform means, that is, parents do not push them into to perform beyond the limits. Their limits. So, which is very important. The parents do not push to achieve beyond their limits, both in academic and non-academic side. So first, the parents can understand what's the capacity or ability to their child or their children. Unnecessarily, the parents cannot push them into perform beyond their limits. This is very important, both in academic and non-academic side. Second one is educating and counseling. Educating and counseling. See, the addicts are educated and counseled. So, educating about bad habits, like smoking or good coaching or drug or alcohol, and their effects on the health. This is very important. Educating means the addicts are educated properly. Drug addicts are educated properly about the bad habits or adverse effects of drug and alcohol. And proper education by teachers or parents and proper guidelines. This is also very important. Next one, seeking from help from parents and peers. Addicts can help or means proper guidelines. Addicts can seek the proper guidance of parents and peers. The guidance of the parents and peers can sort out the problems of the addict. The parents and peers and friends give valid guidance or proper guidance, and it helps to sort out the problems and it helps to leaving the guilty feeling, worries, fearless of the addict. Next one is looking for danger sign. Looking for danger sign. The teachers and friends observe the behavior of the friends. So these behaviors are informed to their parents, and so teachers helps to give proper guidance to the addict. The parents so informed regarding to their bad habits of their friends to their parents or teachers. It helps to proper guidance it helps to giving the proper guidance giving to the drug addict. It is looking for dangers. Last one is medical aid. Seeking of professional and medical aid. Seeking of medical or professional aid. So the drug addicts are consulted. So consultation of the psychologist. Drug addicts can consult. So psychologist, psychiatrist, and de-addiction centers, and rehabilitation centers. In these centers, the doctors, psychologists, and the psychiatrists try to withdrawal of the drugs and alcohol and convert and change the habits by giving or to convert or divert the addicts towards yoga, sports, reading, like that. Good hobbies. This is prevention and control of drug or alcohol. Sir?
ಆಫ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದೀನಿ ತಾನೆ ಚಾರ್ಜ್ ಇಲ್ಲ ಡಾಕ್ಟ್ರುಗಳೇ ಸರ್ ಚಾರ್ಜ್ ಇಲ್ಲ
ಎಷ್ಟೊತ್ತಾಗಿದೆ